Hello everyone, myself Muhammad Attahar. Let me introduce myself. I am working as a hybrid DBA. It means multiple RDBMS and non-RDBMS database softwares like Oracle SQL Server, Postgre, Mongo and more. Today our agenda is regarding Oracle ASM. ASM stands for Automatic Storage Management. As we all know that we use ASM feature in Oracle RAC. RAC stands for Real Application Clusters. Lots of time as a DBA, we have to drop and recreate the disk group. So in ASM, we use a disk group to store our data. Okay, so now we have to drop a disk group and we have to create through XML files. Because when we create the disk group through a syntax, it is a bit hard to write a syntax and create the disk group. But through XML, it's very easy. Okay, we have to create XML file and then we just run the XML files and create the disk group according to multiple type of redundancy like external, normal and high. And external stands for no mirroring, normal two-way and high is three-way mirroring features. So let's proceed to our agenda. This is my node 1. If you check here, the ASM instance ASM1 is running and DB instance prod1 is also running, and one more database stands for management database is also running here. This is a view through that we can check about the disk name and the state of disk, like disk is mounted or dismounted or not, and even the name of the disk group. So if you see clearly, disk are mounted and the name is reco, fra, data and ext. Here we have multiple names because this is mounted on other node also. This is cluster, so we have two node cluster is running. Okay, now so once we try to drop the disk group named reco, it will not drop. It will give you an error. Okay, let me show you why it will give you an error. So it is showing that disk group reco is mounted by another ASM instance. So before drop any disk group, we have to dismount that particular disk group from remote nodes. Let me open my remote node. So if you see here clearly, this is node 2 and on this node all the disk group are mounted. So first we have to dismount the disk group from remote nodes. Then we have to run the command again. Now it's dropped. Let me check. So reco is not available. If you see clearly, we have data, ext, FRA and reco disks available, but reco is not in use. So let me create a new disk group by the help of reco disk through XML file. I already created a file named as asm.xml. If you see clearly, I mentioned some parameters like the DG name, disk group name, reco. The next one is redundancy is equal to external. I told you we have three types of redundancy: external, normal and high. In external there is no mirroring. In normal we have two-way. In high we have three-way mirroring. And disk string is ORCL reco, and the compatible parameter also I mention here. The value is 12.1 because this is 12C release 1 and RDBMS and ADVM. Before set the compatible parameter, we have to check on database label what is the compatible parameter of the database. For this I can show you. This also you can check through ASM Diskgroup. Select compatibility, database compatibility from So if you see clearly, the compatibility is 12C release 1, 12.1. That's why I use compatibility 12.1. Now it's time to create a disk group by the help of these XML files. Just log into asmcmd prompt and make DG and just run the ASM XML file. It's done. Now and let me check that this group is created or not. Is created. Okay, but if you see clearly, let me show you through different output. Here the disk group are mounted. Okay, but what about on node 2? Because if you see clearly that reco is dismounted also. Okay, so we have to mount it manually on our node 2. Because on node 1 it is mounted clearly, okay, but on node 2 it's not mounted. Let me open a node 2 again. Is done. So through this XML file we can create this group very easily. So in production environment we have to create the XML file for easy approach to create a disk group. Thanks for watching this video.